When playing competitive Team Fortress 2, you must always have recorded demos of the matches you play. This is for a variety of reasons, mostly because if your team gets accused of cheating, you can give them evidence to the contrary. For the most part, having demos recorded is a good idea. Before, people would have a program called PREC to record demos for them so they didn't have to do it manually in the console. But recently, Valve updated Team Fortress 2 to contain an official version of PREC, if you will. And basically, how that works is you go into the advanced options, you scroll all the way down, because it's a brand new feature, and you get to here, demo support. And essentially, what you can do is you can have it record manually, which works if you want to do that. Basically, you bind keys to certain commands, those being SD underscore record, not SD, DS underscore record and DS underscore stop. And basically, you can just use those keys to start recording and stop recording. Simple as that. I do not have it on manual. I have it on record competitive matches only, so then when I'm playing a competitive match, it'll just automatically go and start recording. You can set it to record all matches, but I'm not interested in recording my pub games whenever I play those. There's a pub game that I really want to record, I'll just record it manually. So for now, I have it just set to auto-record competitive matches. Once a demo is recorded, it's going to save it to a folder. This can be whatever folder you want. Mine is just called Demos for convenience sake, and I placed that in the TF folder because that's where PREC used to store all of the demos, so I just put it there for it because that's how the synapses in my brain works. For me, it's I put it in this other folder called Demos. You can put it in wherever you want. I just do that for convenience sake. This file prefix, this isn't terribly important. In fact, I'd say it's not important at all. Basically what it does is it will put whatever this is, whatever you put in here, in front of the demo files that are recorded. It's not really necessary. I just do it so... Well, I guess it is necessary if you don't have an isolated folder and you're using, I don't know, the Team Fortress folder or the TF folder or whatever, videos folder. It's actually a pretty good idea. You could just put it in videos. Point is, if you're doing something like that where you're lumping your demos in with other files, this can be pretty useful. It's not that necessary if you just put it in its own isolated folder, but it's there if you need it. Play sound for start and stop of events. Now, essentially, what this does is it'll play a cute little sound like something being recorded when you start a demo. If you're not a fan of that, you can just tick that box. Don't have to have it. It's not necessary at all. It's just a nice little sound to remind you that a demo is recording. Log events. Now, this is interesting. Now, essentially, what PREC used to have was something called PREC mark. This is basically that exact same thing. You bind a key to, I think it is DS underscore mark is the command, and whenever something cool happens that isn't necessarily a kill streak, but like a really good surf, or it can be whatever, you just hit that button, or you type in console DS underscore mark. I have it bound to a key, so whenever something interesting happens, I just press the key, and that works fine for me. Location of in-game notifications. Basically, you can set it so it's like, when a demo starts recording, it'll show up in the console. It says, oh, demo has started recording, blah, blah, blah. You can have that show up in your chat, or you can have it show up straight on your HUD. I personally don't like it showing up on my HUD. I just want it to show up in the chat and in the console. There's really no way to have it show up not in the console because, you know, it's a console command. If you want, you can do console only or HUD as well, but I just find with the console and the chat window. Autosave score screenshot at the end of matches. I don't think that's necessary. If the scoreboard is truly that impressive, you're going to take a screenshot yourself. But if you want to preserve every single scoreboard, you can tick that. I don't think it's necessary. Minimum kill streak count. Now, how this works is the demos will remember when you get a kill streak. And I think that's very interesting. And basically, well, with these commands, you're telling it what you consider a kill streak and how many kills constitutes a kill streak. So if something happens where you kill 3 people and those kills are no more than 15 seconds apart, it will count that as a kill streak and remember it, and it'll give you a little text file under the file that the demo is saved under. You can change this to whatever you want. Maybe you only want to see 5 kill streaks. Maybe you want it as low as 2 kill streaks. I think 3 is a pretty good number. 15 seconds, that's a pretty long time. I think if a kill is more than like 15 seconds apart, more than 20 seconds apart, I don't really consider that the same streak, if you will. So, yeah, that's that. Demos.